Discovering Griswold Dental. Dr. Norman Katzoff and his staff can do things to help you keep your teeth longer. It's enough to make an old tooth fairy cry. Griswold Dental can do all the work in-house. Imagine a new crown in 2 hours. They even know how to make dental anxiety go away. They even have a laser that can help with your gums. Griswold Dental will make you want to smile again. They can restore, clean, and help prevent all those problems that keep me in business. Dr. Katzoff and his staff will make you feel like family. They're friendly and you'll be comfortable. Contact Griswold Dental today and set up an appointment. 860-376-2624. 860-376-2624. Griswold Dental, 87 Slater Avenue, Jewett City. Tell them the Tooth Fairy sent you.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
This message has been brought to you by Grizzle Pride. Visit us at grizzlepride.org.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street. Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
How are you?
Wednesday.
We have some folks coming in from Parks and Rec today. Not the TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too. There was a TV show.
Yeah, it was called Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about youth basketball and what SNSN is going to do with them, with youth basketball this year, as well as other things that they have going on. Because, I hear from time to time people want to know, well, what's going on, with, activities that are going on for the town.
Yeah.
What's going on for the kids, what's available. What are my tax dollars paying for? Well, here we go.
Oh, well.
All right. Look at that. Hey, Ron, good morning. Out in the Midwest somewhere.
No, I don't think he cares about what's happening in Griswold.
No. We're going to make him care.
Oh, out in the Midwest. It must be early out there.
Aaron, where are you? Are you Ohio?
Well, that's not, what's that, an hour? If that.
Ohio? It's an hour drive, yeah.
I'm saying, is it an hour difference in time?
No, I think it's the same.
Oh, it's the same?
The wilds of Ohio.
Oh.
That's where he is.
Oh.
Wait, what is it 8:45 where you are? Or is it 7:45? I never know where that line is. I think they're on Eastern time. No, yeah, they're on the same time. And good morning, Victoria.
Yeah.
Conspicuous by your absence yesterday.
They're famous for their football team, right?
Huh?
Ohio? Aren't they famous for their football team?
The Ohio State University.
Been there.
Yeah.
I've actually went to the stadium and actually walked out on the grass because I was out in Ohio on a business trip. Wanted to see what the stadium. This names on the side walls, if you know. Yeah. It's an amazing building.
Big place.
Oh, big place. Yeah.
Big place.
Yeah.
So you made your contribution to the new turf
yes, I did.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah,
field.
I did yesterday. I went down and paid my share. Yeah.
You okay?
Hey, what am I going to do?
Are you still shaking and shuddering from that?
Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
Had no choice.
It's not a.
Otherwise, I end up in jail.
Not according to what you were saying.
No,
Monday.
I know it, but then
you're saying you were telling me don't pay your taxes.
Yeah, but then I started to think about that. As you get older, you don't make as much money as the tax thing changes.
You're freaking loaded. What are you talking about?
No, impossible.
Come
on. What happens is you don't end up paying as much tax. A lot of elderly, if they get to a certain age, especially some of the ones now that are up in their upper 80s and 90s, they don't pay any tax. Yeah.
Who's going to chase them?
Nobody. exactly.
Sonny, I know you work for the tax man, but
Yeah, a lot of,
I have some oatmeal cookies. You want to come in before we'll talk about it a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
And then they come off like grandma and grandpa, and then the tax man just goes, "Oh, okay, case closed." Well, thank you. You come back first. I got some tomato bisque.
yeah.
It was a nice conversation there. What was your name?
No, I still pay my
Taxi.
taxes.
Nice to
I don't
meet you,
still
taxi.
pay mine.
Huh?
Haven't been able to get away without paying them.
Wasn't there a dude one time that wouldn't pay his taxes because he said there was no real law that said you didn't have to pay your taxes, and some bitch ended up in
there was
jail anyway.
somebody recently wrote an article that don't pay your taxes.
Okay.
And they didn't pay them, and I guess they haven't come after them yet. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was writing something. I think exactly what you said. Is there a law that says you got to pay taxes?
I don't know. And I don't mess with it. I just say, all right.
Well, I think everybody just does it because they've been doing it for years.
I think. Good morning, Kim. I think they like to make examples out of people. And honestly, I don't think they have the workforce to go after the little people. You know what I mean?
Don't screw up on them because they'll come after you.
You owe $7,000. Yeah, we can.
I did.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
They came after you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I screwed up on account and
when was this? How long ago?
Oh, it's probably about 5-6 years ago, maybe a little longer.
Okay, yeah, because I'm saying they don't think they have the workforce anymore, even though they have people with guns now.
And unfortunately, the person I was talking to was I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Did I file 11040?
Because I don't know where they were there or not there. I don't know, but
feel lucky punk.
Yeah, I had to work a deal without them. though. I was able to pay the bill, and they took off the interest rate because they charge you interest.
Yeah.
So you had them drop the interest. So I ended up paying them. I had no choice. I just screwed up on the number. I transposed it.
Because I'm the tax
So
man.
they got me.
They got you.
Yeah. So.
So this morning we have Parks and Rec coming in.
Yep.
Gonna chit chat about what's going on because there's youth basketball. We're gonna carry some youth basketball live from.
Where do they
Middle
play
School.
at the gym? Is it high school?
Yeah. And really, it's just it's going to be something cool for the kids. I mean, we'll have a backdrop. We'll interview the 7-year-old. So how do you feel? Like you were in the paint. You went up for the rebound strong, and then you dunked. He's 7. He's not dunking anything.
I don't think so. 7, he's lucky he's even getting the ball up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria says they haven't even finished processing returns from 2020 yet.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, as of yesterday, or the day before yesterday, you can start doing them, but I don't think a lot of places have. They have till the end of the month to get all your paperwork into you. So
yeah, I just get it done. I don't want to worry about it. Call Lionel. Lionel, can we get this done?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yours would be a little complicated because you have a business, but most of the people.
Well, now but this year I also added an element.
Oh, there you go.
Which I didn't after I was doing some of the paperwork yesterday. It really wasn't as grandiose as some may seem. Matter of fact, some of the people that are in the room right now are familiar with my TikTok at night.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I think some people think I'm making bank, and I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, last night I made $4.50.
Oh.
But let me sit here for 3 hours and play music for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's $4.50 you didn't have.
Yeah.
It'll buy you a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch bad commercials instead.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's that time of year again, unfortunately. But get it over with. Paying taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't pay them till last minute. I think if you owed money, lately I've been fortunate that I break it even, so I don't have to end up paying. But when I had to pay, I always waited till the last minute. Why give him my money?
Well, there's a lot of things that I bought this year that I can deduct.
Yeah.
Because of the side hustle, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, bought a jukebox.
Yeah.
I can deduct it. It was in a couple of videos.
Oh well.
Yeah. I bought this cool Count Chocula bank. Still in the box. They only made 100 of them. Bought one of those.
Oh.
It sits behind me. It's a prop. Yeah.
Wow. You're becoming the man. You're going to be an antique guy.
Yeah. I like some of them 80s things.
Yeah.
Kim says, I send Mike butterflies. That's one of the TikTok gifts.
Oh.
Butterflies fly across the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, butterflies represent something. I don't. Yeah.
Aaron says TikTok is either making money or making nothing. They are making plenty of money. They're making plenty because they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the federal government can't listen to you anymore.
What's that?
It's banned on all government pieces.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So
where there's a will, there's a way. And if they're gonna want to listen to you, they're gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
They're dialing in every night. Who cares? Maybe not my channel. But,
yeah.
So.
I'm sure. Oh well.
Victoria. I've done 2 out of 3 returns in our house so far. I left ours for last because of my business. They make it so complicated, meaning because she raises corgis.
Yeah.
Sells corgis.
Well, the businesses have a longer time. Don't they have a longer time to get it in?
No.
Oh.
No.
Still got to be in.
It's easier to file for, I think, for extensions.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying the other day. Just don't pay them and keep extended.
Hey. Done that before.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Yeah. Kind of like, it was funny because it resonated what you were saying Monday.
Yeah.
About you just keep, till the end of the year.
So, yeah.
I've done that.
Keep extended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it turned out, I don't even know why I extended. I actually got money back.
Oh, well. I'm sure you got with all kinds of interest too, right?
No.
Yeah. They give you nothing.
Nothing.
No. Yeah. On the other end, though, you owe them money, though. You're paying interest.
Daryl says it's simple. If you own a business, you owe and never get a return. I actually got a return last year.
Oh.
Actually did.
Yeah.
But I hadn't had a tax refund probably in about 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have to pay every? There's a state of Connecticut. You got to pay every 3 months or something like that.
Sales tax. Like if we sell merchandise,
sales tax would be nothing.
You got to pay the sales tax.
Yeah, that'd be nothing.
Yeah, it's not. It's just whatever you collect. You file it.
Yeah,
figures it out.
Yeah, I don't know why the state of Connecticut still charges tax on Social Security. Why don't they just? Well, a lot of states don't tax Social Security on seniors.
No,
but the state of Connecticut still does.
Yeah,
I don't know why they still do that. They really hard up for that much money.
Kim says my daughter and her baby daddy fight over who's going to claim my grandson. They are not married and live separately, but she always claims the baby and he gets mad. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. I have a child. Well, not anymore. I mean, he's well into his adult years. We went to court and agreed on certain things. We agreed on what years we were going to claim the child. We were going to alternate back and forth, back and forth. Not only that, but because she moved, she was supposed to pay for the transportation for him to come here.
Gotcha.
So those were 2 big things.
Yep.
And she agreed to it. We went in front of the judge. Okay, fine. The first year that I was eligible to deduct him, I did. Sent it through. They rejected it. Why? Because that Social Security number had already been claimed. What are you doing? It's my year. Yeah, I'm not doing that. She got her paperwork every single year faster than I would because I was working for corporate America.
Yeah.
Never got it.
Yeah.
So when he turned 17 years old, I said to her, "You're done." She goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "If he needs something, he can call me." I said, "But I'm not giving you another dime." So I took that whole last year and didn't pay her shit. I said, "You know what?" I said, "Let's take 9 years that I could have deducted him off on my taxes. How much is that? Let's add that up." Then she turned around and I said, "What about plane tickets? You didn't buy any of those either. Let's deduct that as well." She goes, "Well, I'll take you to court." I said, "Yeah, go ahead. I want you to."
She'd lose.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." Never. She kept saying, we're gonna go to court. We're gonna do it right now. And I told her, I said, "I beg you, take me to court. Take me." She knew.
Yeah, she'd lose. Because what would end up happening if she took you to small claims court? Guess what?
It's not small claims.
Well, you could have taken her to small claims court and sued her for any excess amount of money, and you would have won because it's part of an agreement.
But I knew she didn't have any money.
Yeah,
I knew
well,
she
can't get blood out of a turnip. You're right.
Right. So I was like, that's why I didn't do anything. But I just didn't pay her for the last year.
Yeah.
I told Nick, I said, "If you need something, you let me know."
Yeah. Yeah. It's
usually, and I dealt directly with him.
Yeah. Usually, when there's an agreement, it's usually odd and even years. Is how it's set up.
Yeah.
You take the even years, I take the odd years, and that's how it's worked out. Yeah.
And that stuff is all under the bridge now. We actually get along.
Yeah.
Because really, at the end of the day, what is it really? What good does it do?
Yeah. I hear you.
She's my son's mom. And he's getting married in a year and a half, and
yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna sit here and kibitz.
Yeah. Gonna go to the wedding. Gonna dance with the groom's mother.
I dance with Melinda. We get along. We actually get along.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to kibitz over $23,000 when really it's not going to amount to a whole hill of beans.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Especially when the money's already been spent, and what are you going to do? And you're not going to recoup it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do.
No, you're right.
Let's see. My daughter never put him on child support because she promised him. Not a good idea.
No.
Not a good idea.
No.
Get that. I'm a big proponent after I just told my story how but get it in the court system. At least you have some recourse if you do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll buy them, they'll ask them, "What do you do?" "Well, I buy them diapers, or I buy this, or I buy that." They're not really, And, it's in child support. I mean, the state of Connecticut, it's pretty tough, man.
Yeah.
You don't pay it, you'll go in jail.
Yeah.
And when you get in jail, they bring you up once a week. "All right, you got the money to pay any back child support?" "Nope." Back in jail you go. Yeah.
Well, I never went to jail, so there you go.
Yeah. That makes it pretty tough.
What?
Well, I mean, when you're in jail and you how can you pay back child support when they got you in jail so you can't make any money? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make much sense either.
I know it doesn't.
You're only making $1 a day and making
I know,
license plates.
but that's what they do. They'll come out in their pink uniforms, or not pink, but orange. And
orange is the new black, so
I
just
know.
so you know.
Yeah. So,
but Parks and Rec, they're late.
well, who knows? It's a long walk.
I told Ryan the other day, I said, 3 out of 4 times, you've canceled on me. He goes, no. And suppose it's going to be him and 2 other gentlemen. Phil's supposed to be here.
Oh, well, it's a long walk.
Oh, yeah.
It is long. It's what, quarter
700
mile?
feet.
Quarter mile.
It's not even that much.
It's only 2 minutes late.
She says Kim says she buys all the birthday and Christmas gifts for my grandson and signs his name.
Really?
So
that's
here's what I find out. Here's what I have seen over and over again. Is that the mothers that let's say the father doesn't really participate.
No.
Mothers will plead to get that man to go ahead and participate in that child's life. And they do it for years, over and over and over again. Guess what? The guy's, if he's not going to care, he's not going to care. That's on him. But then when you have men that really are trying to be in your kids' lives, and then you got the mom trying to push you away.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, it does happen.
It's very, very, I haven't seen very many cases where it's like, hey, you gonna pick him up on Thursday? Yep. See you then. Okay, bye. No.
Yeah.
No. It's always the opposite.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case, maybe this person just doesn't want anything to do with that person. And the easiest way out is just to do what she's doing.
Cindy says, I had an employee who called out of work several times because he was in jail for not paying child support.
Yeah.
And he had to come up with a certain amount in order to be released.
Correct. And how the hell do you do that when you're in freaking jail? That's why I don't get it.
I never understood that.
I never understood it either. And you feel
well, late, better late than never, I guess.
My son, I dropped him off. My fault.
Here, let's swing you around. Come on over here. Parks and Rec has arrived.
Hello.
Let me switch the cameras up here.
Hello there.
Good morning. How are you?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Let's see you.
You guys might want to go ahead and
Just get close together.
I'll stand in the back.
Like we're an acapella group.
It's Rockapella live here at SNS.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Tired, but it's all good.
I thought of you yesterday. I posted a meme on Facebook.
Oh, no. I didn't even see it.
It's on our Parks and Rec page. It's the Undertaker whispering into Bray Wyatt.
Oh, what does it say?
It says, Taker says, the great Griswold get together, and with all the details on it. So I thought of you last night. So.
Are any interest in the Royal Rumble?
I'm always interested. It's like getting together. That's the hard part.
I live down the hill from you.
I know.
Your kids have been sick for like the last
They really
12
have.
years.
Yeah.
Everybody's been sick. So
How old
I
is,
get it.
How old is Skylar?
Oh, she's 10.
12 years.
She's turning 11 in a week. So, yeah, it's crazy.
So, Saturday.
Yep.
What about you, Phil? You available or?
On Saturday?
Yes.
Possibly.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll I'll have to talk with.
It's not like I have a date or anything. So.
Well, I don't either, but.
You gotta talk to some people.
Mike Morton hasn't come in 4 years.
That's true.
They play the WWE games at the youth center all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You hear them yelling from the other room.
Well, I'd like to. I'd like, because we haven't done it in a while, but if you guys want to do it at my house, we can do it.
Yeah, cool. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. And Rumble's my favorite one.
Rumble's exciting, yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't get one Rumble, you get two now. You get the men and the women.
That's true.
We're talking WWE.
Sounds like a long show now.
That's
what
actually
else?
why we came here, yeah.
What else? I know.
What else?
I wonder if we could actually do it here in that room.
Yeah, the class. Well, it's not really class. It's a good setup. It's big. They have a screen.
Yeah. We could ask.
Are you talking about the conference room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to hold a conference.
Call it a
About
wrestling
wrestling.
conference.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the radio
Conference.
show for a minute. Call it a meeting.
Deduct it. We were talking about taxes first.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have 3 folks in here right now from Griswold Parks and Rec. We have Phil Michelle.
Hello.
And we have, of course, the director of Parks and Rec, Ryan Aubin. And then Michael Morton, who is back.
Kind of. He never left.
I never left.
Right, but you weren't there much.
How long
As
have you been
much.
working here?
Since 2006, I think.
Okay.
As long as
So-
I have.
So I understand you are now you're Ryan's assistant. Now, what brought you back? I mean, because you're working more hours now.
Oh,
At-
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what made you? I guess the better question is what made you accept the position to?
I mean, it just seemed like a good fit. I've been there a couple years, so why not?
It's definitely a good fit. Like we had summer camp planning this week.
Yeah.
And like sitting down brainstorming, like Rebecca was there too, like a Whitecheck. She can't be here because she has a real job. She's a teacher in Woodstock. But it was cool because you can just put the ideas out there and they all work together. It's a great thing.
Right.
So it's it's nice to have Mike as the assistant. Ricky's still working at the youth center. She just doesn't have the title anymore. It gives her more freedom.
She's still driving.
She's still driving. Yep.
My goodness.
We love Ricky. The
Of
kids
course we
love
love
Ricky.
Ricky. Oh, I love Ricky. She's a darling. She's an absolute darling.
She was out for a few weeks, a month or so ago, and the kids made her a card and gave her hugs when she came back and stuff. So she was missed. So.
Now, Phil, how long have you been with Griswold Parks and Rec now?
So I used to do just summer camp, and I think I started that probably either after freshman year or after sophomore year.
You were like the Vince McMahon of summer camps, right?
Man,
Brother.
I suppose now as one of the really you're still the Vince McMahon. I'm like the Triple H.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if anybody wants to be the Vince McMahon of anything.
No, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, I think I started working regularly, like all year round my senior year, which would have been the 2015 would have been the first. Yeah. So 2015, late 2015.
What was the wrestling championship you held?
Which one?
What was the wrestling championship you held? Remember we were doing video. It just hit me. I remember with Sean Sass. You had a belt. Remember we did video.
No, I remember. I've put on several belts for several back in the when I used to do the morning announcements at the school. I would do the weather, and I would sometimes walk on with like a championship belt, and I would walk throughout the school sometimes walking around in the hallways like a toy plastic the spinner belt too, the lame one. But yeah.
But the thing is there's always one or two kids that could just get away with anything,
right?
And they're gonna think, well, he's just really cool, or she's just really cool.
Yeah.
Phil's that kid. Phil can do anything.
I had a coach text me this weekend, which I didn't tell you, that said that Phil's a special kid.
Oh.
So and that was Chris, Coach Chris from the Celtics.
Oh.
So and I said, yeah, he's all right. But
whatever.
The appropriate response.
But then you also
It's like, oh, Phil's good. Oh, well, what about me? Am I good too?
He did magic show when we used to be at the flea market.
Oh yeah.
He came and did a magic show, and Sean Sass was there, and Mike, of course, was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Turner.
Yeah, Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Turner. Yeah, we miss him. But and then Mike Morton, it's funny because I still have the images on my computer of him with his long hair, and he was, how old were you? 15, 16, maybe when we first started working for us.
Probably 16, yeah.
He's carrying this kid on his shoulders. That I saved the picture because I want to silhouette it and put it on a shirt eventually. So I'm gonna put your face. I have to put emoji over your face because I don't have your likeness. but it's cool because it's like people who are huge in the program are now here running the program. So it's pretty neat to see.
So no, even Samantha wants to come back.
Samantha, oh cool,
good,
nice, yeah.
So she's gonna be done with school.
All done, complete, graduating.
Yeah, with
Nice.
2 bachelors.
There you go.
Good for her.
I saw her just the other day, actually.
Yeah, she's busted her ass.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a fun job. It's a long day, but if you're there for the kids, it goes by quick. And so we're lucky. And summer camp we started talking about, and so if you look at it this year, it's Camp GES, Camp GMS. it's going to be two kind of like visions, I guess, of a camp. So elementary is more, childcare. It's a need, a necessity. Whereas middle school, we're kind of looking at, it's not really a necessity too much or 10 and up anymore. It's kind of like the kids want to be there. So we're giving field trips for the older kids. So it's a lot easier to bring 50 kids on a field trip than it is 180. So that'll be new this year, but we're just brainstorming things like that. So, enrollment should be next month.
Did you have something, Paul?
No, I was when my grandson was small, we used to take him on field trips, and we used to go to a lot of the air museums.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
There's
That's
one
good.
in Hartford, and there's one over in Rhode Island. We used to go to and loved it. Just walking around looking at the planes.
Sure.
Oh,
and
that's
plus
awesome.
the old planes, you can go in them.
We used
So
to
there's a
go-
good field trip.
I forget where it was. We went to some trip. There was a museum that had an airplane years ago. I forget what it was though.
Cindy says Paige is bummed she won't be able to do camp.
Oh, we miss Paige.
Adulting with the big girl job.
Yes.
I wrote her a letter of recommendation in a second. She deserves whatever she gets, and I'm glad she's happy where she's working. But she's great.
Yeah, I pretend to not like Paige, but I will break character for the sake of Paige. Yeah, I'll break kayfabe. Paige was great. She was one of the best that we had. And, if she applied, we would definitely hire her again.
You have to think what they're up against. Like the elementary school, yeah, it's whatever, elementary school students, they listen to you like you're an adult still. Middle school, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
You're competing with cell phones, which you never win. But like Paige and our supervisors we have in the staff, you have to have that connection there. Which is, it's great to have the connection, but to keep the connection is the hard part, because you're gonna have to tell them they're doing things wrong. Like they're gonna do things wrong. You're gonna have to stick up, and tell them no, that's not what you do, and still hold that friendship, have that respect.
Right.
But yeah, and their attention spans are 5 seconds. So, shiny red ball,
So it's kind of like you have to be stern but kind. It's a different way, right? Is it, Phil? Are you going to talk to them a different way?
It's kind of like that with all the kids too. Like you have to be that with the younger kids too. I mean, the younger kid, they have their own challenges as well. The staff there, they're doing great things, and I respect them. All around the world, but it is slightly different, I guess. But yeah, there is like a sense of like you do have to be stern, because the older kids that's when they kind of like realize, oh wait, I can just do this. Like I can just kick somebody, or I can just, which doesn't happen that often, or I can just do this. It does happen every once in a while. So you just have to, there is like a bit of a balance where you have to really have their respect. And you also still have to, again, you have to be stern. You have to still be some sort of authority figure. You have to still be a supervising figure.
Yeah, there's a certain threshold you meet that they don't listen to anymore, and you don't want to reach that threshold. Yes. Daily. It's like reinitiating it.
Cindy said the conversations between Phil and Paige crack me up every time. Are you the icon, Phil? No, you know what? Let me ask Ryan that. Is Phil Michelle the icon at Griswold Park? Well, I knew you would say that, but
he is. He's kind of like a Edgar Fontaine. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Like
Phil, you are. I'm not kidding you.
He's like the Undertaker. He enters the room and there's there's this bubble around him, aura. Thank you. Yes.
I will never forget. I mean, and this just gives you one of the reasons why you're like the cool kid. And just, Mr. Suave in town. You just, the performance at Griswold High School. It was a co-op between you and Plainfield High School.
Okay.
And they did something, it was almost like a competition.
Okay.
It wasn't. And they did some rain. I think it was Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They were doing the snap of the fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a concert between it was a combination between Griswold and Plainfield.
Oh, yeah. So that's right. So at least, I don't know if they do it anymore. They probably do, because they're Griswold, Plainfield, and Woodstock, the choral programs are really tight. Basically, like at least for one concert each year, like we would invite Plainfield to do a set or a song or two, and they would invite us too, and we would usually combine for at least one number too. So yeah, it's not a competition. We're all
the people in the crowd are thinking this is a competition, right? Because you're trying to one up each other. So I don't know if you're trying to one up each other, but you had Plainfield. They did this remarkable number.
Sure.
And I think it was Africa. I don't think it's the Toto version. I think it was the Shakira version.
No.
It was an oddball song with rain.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you could hear the rain. The rain.
Wow.
Like the rain.
Wow. Oh my God.
I was there.
See you later, everyone. Have a nice night. Bill's leaving the building, folks.
If Todd was here, I'd be like, wow.
I would be wow.
Todd would be like, how'd I get here? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
No, I mean, the song they were saying it was different, and it's like the rain. You could hear like the rain coming down.
The way they were snapping their fingers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't even do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we knew that Griswold was going to go next. You know, they had a number next, and I remember going, "Oh, are they going to beat that?"
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
They just stole the show until Phil came in and did his speech.
Yeah.
Which was powerful, riveting, emotional. Yeah. Everybody hung on your words. It was an amazing performance.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was thinking this past.
It was like in your face.
No, I was thinking like this like last weekend when it was Martin Luther King thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember you doing the Martin Luther King thing at the town hall.
Yep, I did that. That's true. Yeah, I did.
And then you did it one time, I think, on air here. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did once.
So, yeah.
But still, in that auditorium, there was just something different with having it was a packed house. I mean, the house was packed.
Yeah.
You know, and having everybody around you and the sound, it was just amazing. It was in your face, plain. I'm like, because we were looking at each other, they did it. They did it. Phil did it. Yeah. So anyway, this is why Phil's the cool kid. So just so you know,
it was a group effort.
That's right. Phil gave his speech. Everybody else just stood there.
Yeah. They sang, and that's a very what they did is very just this. I mean, I love the speech. It's a great speech, and it's a wonderful speech. But having the music there definitely played a role in striking that balance of singing in the background, and of course, like the speech, you build up to the speech too. So
right.
Prior singing to it, and Plainfield did a great job too. But I'll be
in
a
your
nice
face,
guy.
Plainfield. Sorry, Brian, but in your face. No, you're right. You're right. It was definitely a joint effort between everybody. It was the entire ensemble.
Yeah.
But anyway, Griswold Parks and Rec. Let's talk about youth basketball.
Sure.
So what's going on with youth basketball? I mean, first of all, do you need coaches?
Youth basketball's been running for 2 months. We're good. We have 300 plus kids.
Jeez.
It's a massive program, and the tricky part is you have beginners all the way to like really well-defined athletes, and you have to make it mix, which is tough. But it's a 7-day program. We have, if there's no practices during the week, there's an open gym where the Skyhawks are coming teaching a clinic, and it's all part of this massive program, and it's awesome. And we're going to be on your TV, like your SNS.
When are we doing that?
March. It was the first 2 weekends in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 days?
It's you'll set up at one school all Saturday and then one school all Sunday, and the next weekend.
Okay.
All Saturday.
I thought we had some February dates.
No, I'm trying to see what we have left in the budget to add on one more session, because what we're doing this year, this new is the older kids. We're going to actually have all-star teams and play one game, because again, we have some really good players, like extremely good. It's funny because you see like the high school, like the players that they keep posting on the booster club. I'm like, well, Parks and Rec kid, there's a transition there. And I think having you on board and actually getting them kids on the air interviewing and having that just a visual, you're going to see these kids 5-6 years from now on the high school team looking back at your channel.
Not just that, but the middle school. We do the middle school, and the cool thing that I like about it, and we started doing the middle school a few years ago, was because we do the high school. So why not start telling these stories of these kids already? So, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and there are some characters.
I have there's a 6-year-old kid. I'm not going to say names because he's a kid, but he's 6 years old. He's playing up a league. He's not playing with the 5 and 6 year olds. He's 7 and 8, and he's a standout with 7 and 8 year olds. This kid, give him a couple more years, he's definitely going to be one of the best players in Griswold. And the goal is you start him there because you want them to stay in Griswold in high school, because all these players that are very good are going to other schools. And the idea is, You get a loyalty there. You build that. That's why the whole thing is training future Wolverines is because we're trying to establish a loyalty from 5 years old.
Yeah.
And it stays with them. And then they have the jerseys and they have the things that can hang on the wall. And
I know just from our perspective,
Yep.
when we first started doing this, and we started doing like high school games, I'm not kidding you. We got side-eyed, by the kids because they didn't know us. I was like, what are you guys doing here?
Yep.
So they try to big time you pretty much. But now it's like the kids are so used to us. And they talk to us and they know we're only there to help them, and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's why I think this is wonderful. We get to do this with Parks and Rec because it's just another leg, of telling these stories for these kids right up on through because, somebody becomes, when they, again, training future Wolverines, they become freshmen at Griswold High School, either male or female.
Yep.
A lot of our listeners and families are already familiar with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
With these kids,
it grows all the time because the older girls, so 10 and up is older girls. Like if you go back 6-7 years ago, it was not a league; it was just like a clinic that they would just play.
Yeah,
and then enrollment kept going up and up and up because of the programs ran so well and the coaches are great. That now we have 4 teams. So that's the whole idea of the whole program. And it's funny because I have there's a teacher who teaches at the school who actually helped me run the league when I first got hired. And him and his group actually ran the league as a nonprofit. They ran out of volunteers and I took over the league and went from there. He's now back in the league because he's coaching his younger son. So it's like so I actually reached out. I'm like, when did you establish your nonprofit? He's like 2007. So I'm like, I'm throwing that on everything. So, but it's just funny. That's just how it works.
When Dane was playing, was it considered a clinic or was it a league? Because he was on a team.
It was a league.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the boys have always been a league. It's the girls basketball and so girls sports in general is kind of tough for enrollment. There's a lot of competition there. But again, it's kind of the way it works. And then the middle school took on every girl that tried out for the team because they see the same thing I'm seeing. Like, I need to build up a base here. So now they have all those kids. So you're thinking future.
Yeah.
Every year.
And that's what I'm thinking too. When I see these kids in the middle school,
yep.
How are they going to affect and it helps us as well, become better broadcasters because now we are familiar with these kids and we know what they can do and what their strong points are. So this is great, because your program has really molded over the years.
Yeah, we started 70 something enrollment the first year, and now we're at 300 plus. So yeah, it's a lot.
What do you attribute to that? All of that that's 4 times. That's 4x right there.
That's the coaches. Getting good coaches that want to keep coming back and build that rapport with kids. I think of Marcus. He's an amazing guy. He just comes back. Chris has been there for 4 or 5 years. Thank God he has a kid that's playing again next year. He's coming back again. But coaches like that establish your league. But on the parent side, I actually created it after my own heart. I have 3 kids and it's nuts running around. So it's one day that you actually have a practice for an hour and then a game for an hour. And then during the week, we have open gyms that the coaches reserve time so you can have more time. And then we have the Skyhawk clinics, which are instead of having
Can you explain that? Can you get into detail what the Skyhawk clinics are?
So Skyhawks is a sports organization that teaches everything. Lacrosse to polo, doesn't matter. They can do whatever you want. But I contracted them just for basketball. And the idea is just to do basic drills to bring players who have no knowledge whatsoever to a certain level, and that they're all rising together because that makes the league rise.
Sure.
So, and they come, it's twice a week, Tuesday and Thursdays. And then it's divided out like this. Yesterday was ages girls 5, 6, 7. So they all come together and they do these clinics for that group, and those 8, 9, 10, and after that for the second week. And it's free. It's all part of the program. So, because you have 2 groups of parents. You have a parent that's, once a week's good. We're good. And then you have parents no, I need more basketball in my kid's life. So you can go 3, 4 times if your coach is reserving it. So it kind of depends where you're at, and it just works because it works for every parent.
So is this going to culminate in like a championship round or anything? Or
we don't do championships because it's rec. And on top of that, our league, we go from November to April 1st. It's a long season. Other seasons are like 3 months, maybe 3.5.
Yeah.
We're long on purpose because you have a month of pure practice time. You don't even get into games yet,
which is good.
Yeah, it just builds everybody up, and then but yeah, it's championships. We're not going to add on. We're doing the all-star thing this year. We're trying it, and again, even that's hit or miss because some people have the point of view like it's rec. You shouldn't have an all-stars.
You're going to tick some parents off,
right? And then there's some that are like, no, I mean they're putting a lot of effort in. They're obviously shooting around at home, whereas others aren't. You know, give them a chance. So the idea was I was going to have the all-stars play at a Wolverines game, but they ran out of home games we can be at. We're going to be at the Thursday, Fridays of this week, doing a knockout tournament with the top 3 all-stars from every team. They're going to do knockout.
Knockout is that like is that full contact?
Yeah, a new game.
They get the gloves.
They have to shoot over the person in front of you and knock them.
They've been doing that at karaoke lately. And it's weird, but strangely entertaining.
So my goal, I'm hoping we have enough money in our budget from our sponsors and everything that we can add on one more week so we can have just an all-star weekend, which would be kind of neat because we could do like 3-point competition, like things like that for the players that can do that, and everybody else can come and just enjoy the show. But we'll see how it goes. If not, we'll.
I'm all about that. I mean, I personally, I think the all-star, selection process and stuff is good. I think it's good for the kids. I think it's healthy. It's healthy competition because you get kids that are get picked, and then the ones that didn't get picked. Sorry, Johnny, you didn't get a participation trophy today.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna help them work a little harder. I was always a big proponent of that.
Right. Yeah, and I have my kids. They try, like they're not standout, like and it's fine. They're there for fun. So that's like the point of view I have. Like I'm not. If you go to other leagues, like it's the parents or the coaches, and they're really forcing their kids into everything. Yeah. And it's kind of like I don't want that mindset in our league, which I'm happy we don't. Like our coaches are amazing.
My mother, when I was that age, she would force me to try it.
Yeah.
But if I didn't like it, she didn't make me continue.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's going on. It's a long season. 300 kids.
300
it's a huge undertaking.
Yep. And I have an assistant.
Yeah,
that's great.
Michael.
And so I'm not there 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
So you're a coach too, right?
I'm a coach.
How many teams?
See, I got this cool.
Yeah.
Which coaches will be getting on February 4th at our photo shoots.
Now, did you get a backdrop so we can interview the kids? So
Camaro signs.
I was just going to ask you if John from Camaro was going to get on board with that.
I pick his brain all the time.
He's amazing, that guy.
He really is.
He's very community oriented.
Yeah, and his experience is amazing. Like everything he's done, from water towers to steps at the Navy, like it's crazy. So I called him. I'm thinking of this idea, and he said, "No." And we kind of brainstormed. So yes, we'll have that. He donated one of them for us, so you'll see in the middle, it'll say promoted by Camaro signs.
Yep.
In trade for a sponsorship, and so we'll have that. And then we have to figure out how to make it work on our side too, because we want to do it other days that it's not SNS game day, but just random. We need to build content for the social media website. That's like the goal, to have all this content that we can just, schedule and to put in every week to keep it going, because our Facebook page is huge. But Instagram is kind of the way to go for our demographic, because if you look at our Facebook, our hit count has gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the generational, baseball is more 35 years old and up now, whereas like Instagram is where we're looking.
Facebook's for old people.
That's what they told me in my class.
I don't know.
I teach
Couldn't tell you.
Rivers, and I asked them, and somebody actually wrote Facebook is for old people. I was asking for their advice. I'm like, okay, well, now I know. I'm the old guy who's using it.
It's true. What's the big ones now? Snapchat and
TikTok's pretty
TikTok.
big. Yeah. I mean, Instagram is still.
But from a local standpoint, I think it's more local appeal on like a Snapchat as well as an Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Snapchat is a lot of people like Snapchat too, because it's like Snapchat's kind of like Like a lot of people use it for like messaging and things like that, and like like in like the chains or whatever. So
Where's
it's
the
pretty
kid?
popular, Yeah.
Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah. But TikTok's pretty popular.
Yeah. So we've talked about basketball, but that's not all you guys do, obviously.
No.
Obviously, you guys are busy all the time.
Our youth center, that tiny building, like I redid the motto, small building, big impact.
Yep.
Because like we're at our fire marshal limit. Like we have a lot of kids. We froze enrollment. But they can explain the youth center. It's controlled chaos.
It's a lot better now than it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Even before COVID, I think we were really struggling to get a big population. I think we'd see like 10 or 12 kids on some days, most days. And we were all like trying to figure out what was going on, but it comes in waves.
Yes, yeah. It depends on you're right. It comes in waves. It kind of depends. Sometimes you have a pocket of kids that are there and they have their friends come and stuff like that. Then those kids kind of grow out. And then you have like young kids who are aging in now, but they just haven't found it yet. And then once they find it, it picks up again, I think.
We have art tonight with Lisa.
Yep.
She does it at it's Mona Lisa's studios in Griswold. Amazing.
She's great.
Yeah. So that's tonight.
And she's fairly new to the area, isn't she? Now she lives almost in Preston.
Yeah, Preston. You're right. Yep. And then she opened it up in Griswold.
Is it the old John Brown house or something?
I'm not sure. I haven't.
She lives like in a historic area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her and her husband are awesome. I mean, they just do things kind of like even at the church, Quinnipiac River Church, she does free art lessons there, just for free. Like there's no.
Does she go to?
Yeah. Yep.
Do I know her?
Yeah. It's it's Lisa.
I don't know. You have to show me a picture because
If you look up Mona Lisa,
She's actually in attendance.
Yeah. She was there last night. They had a class, and then the kids at art.
So like, let's get past basketball.
Yep.
What happens next?
So
what do you guys roll into?
Summer camp. We have a deadline to have everything up and running by, what did I tell you guys? March? February 10th.
That's when you want the field trips
Yep.
done.
We need field trips done the 10th. Promotion needs to be up by the end of the month. We have to hire for those jobs. We had to restructure the program. Things at the school changed, so we have to change with them. And so that's a huge undertaking. We have the rec commission met Monday, and we're thinking about doing an event at the school similar to the Preston Palooza. They work with the PTO there.
What's the Preston Palooza?
Every sponsor pays for an inflatable, and then everybody comes in, buys a ticket, and all the funding goes to a nonprofit or something, in the area. So we're thinking about doing that coming up in May. So, and then the Griswold Carnival and fireworks, Undertaker said, will be at the end of June. So,
are you guys going to bring wrestling back?
Oh, I hope so. We have a couple kids that ask us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every day they come in. Yeah.
Are we doing that again? Like,
You worked with that guy. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Promises the world, gives you a piece of grass. Like doesn't.
Over promise, under deliver.
Yes, I would be like promote. I would promote everything. I would do this. I would do that, and then they even show up for phone calls. But the show was good. $3,000 to get that done.
It was fun though. It was still fun.
Oh, yeah.
The wrestlers talked to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think given that, it was cool to do. I would love to do it again. It's just that's a lot of money.
I remember. I don't know if you remember this part, but we had they had the tag team champions that were there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. And they grabbed my Shih Tzu. Do you remember this? And they did a promo saying, "Oh, you can't lose with Howie in our corner, brother." What do you think? Howie's gonna bring us the victory here. Howie's this little Shih Tzu going, "What? Me?"
I love it. I do get requests for it though.
For Howie?
No,
yeah.
always for Howie. But to bring wrestling back, it's just you have to think it has to be something that could bring in a huge audience. So we do have a concert set up for the fireworks night, but we don't know about the rest of the week yet. So.
No, that's when
June 29th through July 1st. Fireworks on the 30th, which is a Friday. We don't have a big enough budget to get a Saturday.
All right.
I like the fireworks. I can see them right out of my front yard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You too.
From the farm.
This just in, I just want to go ahead and drop this little nugget before we get too much further, is that all all sporting contests at Griswold High School and away are canceled.
Oh, really?
For today, yeah.
Why?
It's supposed to be bad later.
It's supposed to be nasty.
I always
But,
find out these things late.
Like what? Why?
Yeah, the weather's supposed to be crapola. So we wondered that last night. Kevin Merchant and I were, we were at Lyman Memorial High School, and we were wondering if it was even going to take place. And all games are canceled for tonight. So we were supposed to be at Woodstock Academy.
Sure.
Looks like you just added more tasks for my list today.
What?
I had to now cancel and move around games.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. I don't know when everything is going to start. I can take a look here. Paul, you're the weather guy.
I think it's supposed to start somewhere around noon, 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
It's supposed to start off as snow this time, not as rain. And I think around here they're saying anyway between 2 inch with dusting. So they don't really know that it's going to change the rain, which is going to make it messy.
Yeah.
Because once it snows, and we all know what happens when the rain comes down, it's slushy as hell.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to clean it off before. So I can understand because that makes it even worse to make it slippery during that certain time frame. So
Just happy it was only open gym tonight for basketball. Oh no, it was 2 games. Never mind. I think scheduled games.
No forecasts available.
Well, you don't need a forecast when you got Paul.
Any snow on tomorrow, Paul? We got our Wolverines game tomorrow.
there is.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
halftime show.
I think it's supposed to end tomorrow. The rain.
There it is. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So today, snow mainly after 4 p.m. High near 38. So it's going to be rainy because it's going to be too warm.
Snow first.
Yeah. Light and variable wind becoming blah blah blah. Chance of precipitation 90%. Total daytime snow accumulation about 1 inch. And then tonight, rain, snow, and sleet around 7 o'clock. Chance of precipitation 100%. New snow and sleet accumulation less than a half an inch possible.
Yeah.
But then again, when you have a bus going from here to Woodstock, which is
Slushy.
north.
Well, that part of the state is going to get more.
Which is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, the northern part of the
there's
state.
that line of demarcation in Connecticut where the weather you can go 15 miles north and it's completely different here in Connecticut. Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
seeing pure blue sky and then went to Putnam. It was like snowing a few years back. I'm like, I called Josh George because he lives in Putnam. I'm like, what is wrong with Putnam?
Yeah, Cindy just piped in and said all afternoon activities for Griswold Public Schools have been canceled.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. We stay open.
Glad I could help.
We're still open at 5. So it doesn't.
You're still open till 5. So let's get past summer.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have scheduled already throughout the year?
Throughout the year, so it kind of goes in waves. So
Ebbs and flows.
Once basketball is over, we want to start playing for summer camp. But right before summer camp is a summer basketball program that we're running at the high school. So right when the school ends, it's the week after. It will be the Hoop Academy is coming back and doing. Last year they had 40 plus kids play. This year we're expecting 100 plus. Just because they worked with us for beginning of our season. He helped us do our clinics. George is his name. So we have that, and then you go into summer camp mode, which is 7 weeks. We're thinking about bringing the summer camp to our carnival on the Friday, because the first week of summer camp is the week of the carnival. So they're probably going to have a VIP pass to the carnival. It's just our camp takeover, which would be pretty cool for the kids. But Mike's in charge of all the field trips. So, what other places have you been looking?
Disney.
Yeah, we're
right.
we're Greenwich, Connecticut.
Mash Mucket.
So many places.
Mash Mucket was always a big one for when I was in recreation.
Yeah,
as a kid. Yeah, here in town.
The problem is that it's so
every
expensive.
Thursday.
Like it's so
Bus,
expensive.
the driver.
Well, you think like our budget, like we used to have money for, field trips, and then COVID happened. So we took the money, realigned it to guest instructors and performers. So now we don't have to leave; they come to us. So now we're taking the money and putting it right back in. So we didn't ask for any more money for this. It's just been the same budget. But it's a budget from 3 years ago, which like everything went up. So What was Quasi? Not Quasi. Nature's Art. Was it $30?
Yeah, expensive.
$30.
I don't know what
Look
you
at
do
it.
there for $30, but it was like
Real
25 or
dinosaurs.
something. Yeah, real dinosaur.
That's true. Look at that.
Oh, you mean down in Oakdale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Okay, yeah.
And that's not even doing in the indoor stuff. This is just strictly outdoors. But that's what we're up against. That you have a bus that you have to pay for, which is roughly about 95 to 100 an hour.
Yeah.
And then you have, and it's only one bus, which is good. It's only 50 kids. But then you have to figure out price point per kid to get in for a ticket and make it work with what you have. So it's fun.
Yeah, Mash Bucket was huge. The first one was always Hopeville.
Hopefully, yep.
That's not a bad idea, actually, too.
Yeah.
And that was
ideas.
well, Hopeville's so back and forth with it, where the park's open, it's closed, where the beach is open, it's closed. It's open, it's closed. Yeah. I haven't been to Mash Bucket, and it was supposed to be what? The man-made pond or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been there since I was a kid.
It's outside, so I haven't been there.
Alexander's Lake, remember that?
No.
You don't remember Alexander's Lake?
No.
In Danielson?
For a recreation guy, I didn't get out much of it.
Oh.
That's why he made. That's why he started. Yeah, that's why he was. That's what compelled him. Yeah.
Alexander's Lake was the coolest. I mean, you go out there and they had platforms.
Oh, that's cool.
They had like swings. You could swing in the water.
I'm just thinking liability.
Wild.
Right now. In the back of my, I'm like liability waiver. Like that's
Oh,
all.
yeah. They had jungle gyms you climb on and in the water, but it wasn't, but it was
Staffing
real.
1 to 4. Like this is what I'm thinking.
Anything else you guys want to talk about or get out there?
No, the youth center, we're just looking at figuring out how to reopen enrollment because we do have a wait list. I want to get more kids in there. It's just to the point that you had one day we had 41 kids and I text the first select woman and I'm like, this is crazy. I don't know what to do because our fire limit is 50 per floor.
Yeah.
So it's great. They're on 2 floors. But this spikes a lot of conversation. If you look at our building's falling apart. Our trim on the front's coming off. So we're trying to figure out if it's a historical building. Whereas one group saying yes, it is. I reach out to the federal government that no, you're not on any list. So that's the thing. You can't expand a youth center or any building that's historic. There's so many rules against it. So it's just.
Are you guys looking up against moving again?
No, I don't want to move. I don't want to build, for the love of God. I don't want to build any buildings. I don't want any of that.
You don't want to go to referendum, Ryan?
My God, I do not want my name attached to any of that. I want to live with our own means and expand what we have without asking for lots of money. That's my goal.
So you have the youth center who does, obviously like a sports program, like a basketball.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll move the kids into middle school and then to high school.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's a great starting point, for Griswold athletics. You said right there, training future Wolverines.
Yep.
I got to ask you, what's your take on the multi-purpose turf field?
I mean, I think it's positive. As a daughter that goes as a cheerleader, I think that's great. I see the negatives, the costs.
Yep.
I mean, you spent a lot of money for a building in town a couple of years back that brought taxes up, and now this is more. I'm seeing, and the thing I'm worried about is kids are not if you look at the nonprofits like football and Little League, a lot of the board members are not Griswold. So a lot of they're just their mindset.
You're talking GYF?
Yeah, their mindset is not loyal to Griswold. So you're seeing a lot of these kids go to other schools. Something like that would keep them here.
The exit interview and most of the kids they were talking about, saying because of the facilities.
Right. Yeah.
That's why they're leaving.
Yeah, and that's again, it's just pros and cons.
I do know one kid that's coming from Norwich specifically, because they have a specific group with the seniors for the Griswold Youth Football.
Yep.
They all want to still play together.
That's good.
So, and he's a Norwich kid.
That's good.
So
it has, but I also have a lot.
And the kid's a stud too. I mean, he's going to be amazing as he gets older.
We have Norwich players playing in rec basketball because they did football here in Griswold. So it's working. It's not a one-way thing. It's both ways, But I also know I had a conversation with somebody in town yesterday talking about basketball. You look at the seniors in the middle school. A number of those seniors are not going to Griswold. They already said they're not. So, like, why are we losing them? Like, that's the big picture. And again, it's not. I remember when I was a kid, I was Griswold forever. I was never thinking NFA. I was never thinking anything else. I knew I was going to Griswold.
You were a Lisbon kid?
No, I was always Griswold, but like I had Mechanic Street.
Yeah.
All great things come from Mechanic Street.
Oh, all right. Where your parents? All right, okay.
Yeah, where my parents live now is where I grew up, and he's from Mechanic Street. So we're gonna take over the world. Somebody else is from Mechanic Street too, who's amazing.
Al Gear used to be on Mechanic Street.
Oh, yep. There you go. So yeah, it's just taking that mindset that so many. Yeah. And again, it's a lot of the parents putting it in the kids because the kids aren't really thinking that. Parents are thinking, well, I need to go to Killingly. I need to go to NFA because there's more eyes on my kid. I don't care if I'm paying.
So if it's about the facilities, how many of those kids that were going to go to Killingly are going to stay right here?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Because, I mean, it's a beautiful outdoor facility, but, you know.
They always said it's the best place to watch a football game, but the worst place to play it.
Right. Makes sense. Have a mud pit.
Huh? Yeah.
Yep.
But it's again, how many of the kids, instead of going to, because of this new facility, will they stay?
Right.
What about kids from Lisbon?
I was gonna say that's actually that's actually the key right there. You actually want to be like, of course, we want to keep kids here, but you also want to really be bringing kids in as well.
Exactly.
So I mean, because they're those towns are paying to send their kids here.
Exactly. So let's say you have some Lisbon students where it's about football. Let's be honest. It can be. You can go to NFA and get sucked into that. You might play because there's 500 kids, that are coming in this year. Or you can go to Griswold, same great type of facility. Yeah. But there's only about 40 kids.
Right. You have to think, if you have the grades to get to NFA and you're an athletic student, now you have that campus college-like experience that they're looking for, like Griswold doesn't have. So if you go back, I guess what the change is, like 20 years ago, all these nonprofits are ran by Griswold Jewett City parents. Now you look at them and they're not. They're just the way it is. Lisbon does a lot. There's just really great parents in Lisbon are very sport minded, and it's not a bad thing. It's just for Griswold it hurts because in the long run they're not thinking, oh, we're going to Griswold.
Right.
I'm going to NFA. They're going to pay for the town's going to pay for my kid to go to a huge campus.
This is, I tell you, I don't know if Mr. McKenna had, some sort of a vision towards, this when he first came on board a few years ago. But he's going from 4 sending towns to 7 sending towns.
Yeah, he's smart. He's trying to. It's a lot of money coming in.
Just look at the town. I mean, how it's expanded really in the last 5 years. Yeah. Even started before COVID. You have the youth department.
Yeah.
What you guys are doing. So as far as athletics, it's starting at a younger age and moving kids through.
Yeah.
Right to the high school, and then guess what? We all get to go to a senior center because we've all been through that phase of our life. So then you have people that want to come into town. There is something for everybody. Because one of the biggest things that I always said about Griswold and Jewett City is what do we have here that you need to move here for?
Yeah.
There you go.
I think you ever hear, I don't think people move in. I don't know. I just know families that moved out. Like once,
last couple of years, a ton of people that moved in because they
wanted
to get out
housing.
of the. Yeah.
The housing also, the rates that they're paying.
Where are we talking?
Like on Pleasant View. Like
those condos?
They went from 1,500 to 1,750, which is my mortgage is $800.
Yeah.
Like go buy a house. But I don't know. I just think you have to think big picture because a lot of families are coming in and they're looking for something to do, which is why we're booming. Yeah.
And I think it's just going to continue.
Yeah.
And if they can get that infrastructure in on 164.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is going to bring more kids to you. You're going to need a bigger building anyway.
Well, I hope they pitched an idea of teaming up with the YMCA and building something there where the Heritage River is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump and help them as much as possible because I researched that for years of trying to, because if you look at South in Florida, not their youth and family services are inside their YMCAs. If you go look at the grant funding for state of Connecticut, like we get a $14,000 grant from DCF to run the youth center. It pays for a payroll, basically. Mm-hmm. There is a YMCA in Connecticut that receives funding from the same DCF because their youth services is in that building. So, and that's what they are. They're very community minded. So something like that would be great because none of what we do, whether it's senior center or youth center, can touch the program YMCA can do. They're just professionals and experts at it. So why not bring the people that know what they're doing in? So I hope that I see that happen. I'm going to help as much as I can.
All right. Paul, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, so basketball, we're going to be doing some games, which will be a lot of fun, I think, with the kids.
Oh yeah,
it'd be a blast, and looking forward to it. So
cool, man.
So thanks for not canceling.
Yeah, no problem. I was close.
My
my son was late. I made them late. They were here before me. My son was late going to school.
Oh, okay.
Which is my fault.
Did he tell you what I said to him on Sunday?
No.
So we're at church, and I said, "Oh, you don't come in? All right, yeah, sure, yeah." I said, "Don't cancel." I said, "You canceled 3 out of 4 times."
Oh, he's canceled. You've canceled before? Or?
I had COVID.
Oh, well, okay. I
Sorry.
guess that's fair. Yeah. I guess.
Sorry, I had COVID, Michael. I should have came
Michael.
I should have.
Yeah, you hit you with the Michael.
I got it.
Oh.
All right, Phil Michelle, thank you. Ryan Aubin, thank you. Mike Morton, it's good to see you. It's been a while, so
Thanks, it has.
Maybe
See a lot of them.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Yes.
Oh, this is your first week back in this position?
Yep.
No, but this is your first week.
Officially.
Wasn't
Officially, yeah.
So I'm still learning the ropes.
Right. Yeah.
All right, Paul, thanks for coming in. Thanks for all you do today. You
Didn't do anything.
The weather.
Huh?
That's true.
I didn't do anything.
Here to pay.
I need Paul in my pocket here. I need your weather forecast every day.
Well, listen, we don't have Paul do the weather anymore.
No, we don't.
No?
Nah,
Did he fire you? Like, who does it?
Nobody.
nobody.
Well, that's why nobody
Paul
knows.
ain't got time for that.
You got to talk to Paul's agents. They're they're very good agents, but yeah.
So don't forget, all public activities are from Griswold Public School canceled for today. No basketball tonight. Nothing like that. So just leave it on here because now it's time for We Love the 80s right here on SNSN. See you later.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today.